today we're going to plasti-weld some things, specifically the airbox. Airbox was broken from a impact with tires on a race course, and appears my gloves have a little bit of grease on them, so I'll take those off. And first thing with all this type of stuff, whether it's real welding or plasti-welding, is to clean the surface of material. I am going to plug this in so that it can start preheating for me. And so, nice kit. My dad got me this years ago, probably 2005, so it's about 15 years old. It's been a great kit, no complaints about it. But it's got different heat ranges for whatever you're doing. Anyway, traditionally you can see what type of plastic they're made out of. Generally it's stamped in here. This appears to be PP, which is polypropylene if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, polypropylene, which in this particular case is going to be these black rods here. So that's disappointing that it's not the white rods. We may use the white ABS rods. They're generally pretty close, a little bit lower melting point. But anyway, the first things first though, let us clean this. And so I've got alcohol wipes here, and I'm going to clean the area with the alcohol. Generally the alcohol wipes do a pretty good job of really cleaning it up and allowing it to stick properly. I've done some without it, and I'll tell you, it can make a big difference. I'm not saying it always does, but definitely can make a big difference. So there's a couple of different ways to use this plasti-welder. One of which is to feed the rod down through the center. Others is to kind of manually weld it. A lot of times I have been pretty successful at just melting the original material back together. It's generally pretty close. It's not real bad there, and so we may not need a lot of filler material. And so we'll look at this. Looks like it's going to go. Yeah, so it actually cracked out. If you look at it, this piece actually hooks underneath. Like that, so it actually cracked from the inside. So, and we'll see if we're hot enough. Well, I guess it would help if I actually plug this damn thing in. So first thing I'm going to do is I've got this little chip that came out. So it goes right there. So we'll see if we can plasti-weld it first. And that's definitely not going to be a particularly strong one, off of the fact that you can still see the crack in it right there. And so we're going to heat this up a little bit further. Then I've got another piece right here that's kind of fragile, that it should probably be like that. So we'll heat it up as well real quick. And again, I'm not really doing the best job here, probably because I ordered a new box already as well. So if you've already ordered a new box, you're probably less likely to be worried about it, so to speak. So I'm trying to move this over so that you can get a little better shot at it. But it's not sitting perfectly flush, but we're just going to take the soldering iron, just kind of run it down that crack right there. And same thing here. Just gonna smooth it out. Because again, if you have all the OEM material, in theory, you can simply melt the material and kind of smush it back and forth. So you'll melt it, kind of put it in the middle, melt it, and then slide it back and forth back, so it'll puddle up on either side, and then you push it back into where it should be, and you can end up with pretty strong joint. Not too bad. Again, it's never going to be as good as the OEM, but you can get it pretty strong and you know, pretty factory looking, so it's not got a ton of extra material and stuff on it as well, which is always a big plus. Just a little bit right there. It's not really pretty. It's got a lot of the black kind of came off in it and everything, but again, it's not a shown piece. And most importantly is that I can grab it and hold the airbox from it without worrying about it cracking or anything like that. I do see the actual box is cracked a little bit further down here, so I'm going to again, same kind of technique. Simply melt it and then push it back into place and smooth it out just a little bit, and that way the crack is gone, so that it's airtight, so to speak. Not that this matters because it's all pre-filtered side, but clean this a little bit right here up, just make it just slightly smoother. And we'll be in good shape there. And that's kind of it. I mean, it's basically just a soldering iron with multiple heat ranges, a little bit more heat range to it. That's made for plastic, and again, I can you know, push on this thing pretty solidly without it you know, really flexing or bending or anything. So I feel pretty good about that. Hey guys, hope you enjoy watching the restoration of the Rusty Barnacle Integra Type R 98111. Please subscribe and keep looking for updates. Thanks.